Hello, welcome to the next session of the course Systemverilog Master Object Oriented Programming Concepts. In this session, you will be introduced to classes. So in the previous session, you have already learned what is an array and structure. So if array is a way to collect a large number of variables of same data type and the same name, structure is another way to define your own data types to club different data members of different data types. So classes is a way to collect and access a large number of variables under a single name, which may be of different data types, and to define functions or methods to work with these data members. So in simple words, we can say a class contain the data members for plus member functions. So if you look at the declaration syntax, you will see it's similar to structures. The only difference is in the classes there will be more functions or methods added there, but in the structure there will be only data members. But it's not right to compare a structure and class again. Both are different concepts again, but in the declaration syntax wise, they looks like a class is structure plus a lot of member functions. So in Systemverilog, these member functions or methods can be either the Systemverilog functions or Systemverilog tasks. So a Systemverilog class will contain data members plus member functions plus member tasks. Coming to the declaration syntax, unlike the structures where they use an opening and closing braces to define the structure members, here we use keywords class and end class to identify the beginning and end of a class definition. So the keyword class followed by your own class name, then the class definition. At the end, you will give the end class name, the colon, you can give the same class name. So this is a syntax to define a class, and inside the class definition there will be multiple data members. You can put any data type members. The data type members can be an integer, any built-in type like integer, logic, bit, etc., or it can be another structure, or it can be again another class type variable, anything. And after that, you will be defining the functions associated with that and the tasks associated with that. So in every task there should be a function called new compulsorily. So we'll come to that in the next slides, and you'll list all the functions and tasks, and finally at the keyword end class will come to identify the end of the class definition. So this is an example. Here the class name is packet. So this within the class and in class keywords, the packet class is defined. So it got three data members called command, address, and master ID, which are a lot of bit type variables. This is 4-bit wide and etc. And within the new function, there should be a function called new, where you actually instantiate a class and assign a handle to that. So when you call the new function, by default the members of the class are assigned to some value in this example. So the command is assigned to 0, address is assigned to 0, and master ID is assigned to the unknown value. And this is just another task which will clean up all the data members, and this is another function which will print all the data members. So you'll be more familiar when you go through more examples and when you go through the next slides.